This is the daily Forex report for June 23rd. We are currently looking at the US-Japanese yen pair. This pair moved lower, did break out to the downside, hit our take profit for this quick move from our inside bar. We are looking for this pair to continue moving to the downside. We are looking for it to potentially go as high as 91.05 if we get a pullback, possibly moving down to 89.19. Look for some resistance around 90.15. Look for some support around 89.25. Now looking at the Euro USD, this pair closed higher, did have a pretty good tell on it though to the downside, did hit some previous support before moving up and closing up. Overall, this pair is moving sideways. We're looking for it to potentially go as high as 124.09, possibly as low as 121.17. Look for some resistance around 123.50 and look for some support around 122.03. Now looking at the pound US dollar pair, this pair moved higher, pretty much fell in line with this trend line as far as the high goes. Looking for a breakout of that would probably be wise. This definitely has an upward bias. Look for it to potentially go to 150.50, possibly as low as 146.96. Look for some resistance around 150.06 and look for some support around 148.50. Now the US Swiss, this particular pair closed lower today, did move higher, pretty much tagged this session's high. Definitely have an area of resistance there. If we get a break of it, look for it to come back up to this point. Now, this pair is moving sideways currently, but could break out. Definitely has a strong bias to the downside. Look for it to potentially go as high as 112.03, possibly as low as 109.64. Look for some resistance around 111.37 and look for some support around 109.90. Now, as far as news announcements go, we have the U.S. durable goods sale for May being released, durable good orders rather, for May being released at 8:30 a.m. Eastern Time. Consensus on that is that it has dropped from 2.8% to negative 1.2%. Of course, that would be negative news for the U.S. dollar. We also have the National Consumer Price Index for Japan being released at for May at 7:30 a.m. Eastern Time tomorrow. Consensus on that is that things have gotten a little bit better from negative 1.2% to negative 1.1%. Now, as far as what I'm looking at during this next session, if you take a look at the U.S. Canadian dollar pair, this pair pretty much has gone up to a previous trend line. If you draw a trend line from this point to this point, you get the bottom one. And if you draw from here to here, you get the upper one. I do believe that today's session will be trapped within that top trend line and most likely will be moving to the downside. This basically gives us an area of potential profit. I do believe it'll come down to this area of support, resistance here and support. If you take it from current prices, profit of 60 pips to the upside or to the downside, and you could use a stop loss of about 55 pips, which would skew it in your favor just by a little bit, not quite a one-to-one risk to reward. Now, if you back out even further, you can see we have had a little bit of a triple top situation here. Had you drawn a trend line here and taken out right here, you would have caught that drop here down downward. Let me draw that trend line. Right here, interestingly enough, that is the same area that we have right here as far as support goes, where I believe it will come down to. If you notice here, these all converge pretty much the same area as well. So I do anticipate this pair moving lower. Well, that pretty much wraps it up for today. Until next time, this is Jason Fielder. Good trading.